Hello, this is Alistair Goodale from GT Driving School here. This is my latest Tunbridge Wells video and we're heading for Rusthall. Rusthall's a lovely little village, but it is chaos quite often down there, so that's why the examiners like taking you there. Now we're coming from sort of the Mount Ephraim direction and we're going to be coming up to this next roundabout and turning right. It will be the second exit, so we check main and right, indicate upwards. Looking at the traffic coming from the right hand side, if they're on the inside lane then I'm going to have to wait for them. Now this is literally a blob of paint that thinks it's a roundabout, and I've still got to give it all the respect of a normal roundabout. So you can see the drain covers, and I'm just going to go past the drain covers and then round. Okay, I'm not going to go across it like many other people do. So we're going to continue down this road heading for Rusthall. At the moment it all looks quite peaceful, which is nice. We'll keep it to 30 miles an hour. We'll continue down the road. Now you can see some yellow markers, bollards in the middle of the road. We're going to turn right after those bollards. So I'm checking main and right, indicating upwards. I'm just going to slow things down a little bit. I'm going to move over into the middle, making sure I get into the middle and nothing coming, so I can go round to the right. I'm now heading for Rusthall. So this bit of road is really rather pleasant. It's nothing really to write home about. We can get up to 30 miles an hour. It's all quite easy peasy, no problem at all. There may be the occasional parked car or something like that, but and obviously buses that come through here, but otherwise it all quite straightforward. And you start to think, well, this is alright, this is quite nice. Nothing going on in Rusthall today, but it has another side to it, which we will start to find out in the not too distant future. A couple more bends to go before we get into the chaos that is the high street, so we're just going to follow it round. Continuing down the road, all nice and pleasant. Again, just keeping it around 25-30 miles an hour. So by the time we get to the monument, which you can just about see in front of you, there will now be parked cars on the right hand side. There isn't enough room for two of us, so I've got to look out for any oncoming traffic. The guy's definitely on the wrong side of the road. So looking all the way down the road, because very little spaces on the right for anybody coming through. We've got the guy just trying to force his way through. He's just going to move over to the right. Okay, that's good. I'm just taking my time now. Nice and easy does it. No idea what I'm going to face around this corner, so I'm going to take my time around the corner. So we've got plenty of parked cars. We haven't got any buses for a change. There might be somebody unloading up ahead, but it looks okay at the moment. Reasonably quiet, but there can be lots of parked cars and lorries and things doing all sorts of crazy things. So again, I'm just literally tiptoeing my way through there, 15 miles an hour, no more. All looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take the next road on the right, just where that couple are. So I'm going to check main and right, indicate right. I'm going to slow it down, put it into the middle of the road. Now before I whiz round the corner, I'm just going to pause, look down the road to see if I can see anything. Looks okay. Round and down. Now these roads aren't the smoothest of roads, so I'm just going to apologise if the video gets rather jittery. And I'm just going to take my time again, sort of no more than 15-20 miles an hour. I'm going to take the next road on the left, so checking main and left, indicating left. Quite a tight little bend, so I'm going to go round the corner. Keeping on the left hand side, trying to see round the road. Now the bus potentially coming our way. No, he's stopping in the bus stop. Now there seems to be some sort of terminus or something there, because the bus tends to sit there for quite a while, which is no problem, but he could obviously move off at any moment. So I'm just being a little bit cautious as I come down the road. And another bus, there you go. Two of the lovely things. Coming up to the end of the road and a bit of a crossroads here. We're turning left, main and left indicating down, going into Southwood Road. Looks pretty clear at the moment, but I really can't see much to my left, so I'm going to be really careful, checking left and right the whole time as we go round the corner into the road. Now we can see down the road. And taking our time. Again, so no more than about 20 miles an hour. Any one of these cars could be moving off, people crossing, doors opening, all that sort of stuff. There's one or two hidden little roads, particularly namely one on the right there, just in front of the blue car. Car coming through. There's a little bit of a gap coming up on his right and a little bit of space on my left, so we're just going to move over. Going to the end of the road, turning right, so main and right indicating upwards, making sure I keep back on my side of the road. And there are plenty of parked cars all over the place, so taking my time as I have to edge forward. Looking good. Around the corner. Okay. Now, interestingly enough here, the road looks like it goes straight on. It isn't. It doesn't. It goes round the bend where that brown car's just come from. So I've got to be aware of that, looking at my markings, being aware of our lawnmower man as well on the left. Again, tiptoeing my way through Rusthall. Any number of things could be happening simultaneously, so just taking my time, trying to spot as many as I can. Looking good. Again, keeping on my side of the road, following it around. Just pausing, waiting for the red car to go through, waiting for the blue car to follow through. Okay, we've got a white van with a yellow flashy light on the top of it on the right hand side, just on the crossroads here. So blocking our view of all sorts of things going on. We're going to be turning left, all sorts of things. I'm going to hold back. I am not going anywhere. We've got a lorry and all sorts going on here. This is where awareness and planning really comes into its uses. I could have very easily gone into that situation and caused a major problem there. A silly place to park, personally, but there you go. Not being aware of other people. But there, by the by. Now we're just going to work our way up the road here. It's nice and clear, this road. Sometimes used for emergency stops, that sort of thing. We've got a car screaming up behind us. Just being aware of that. And then we've got a silver car coming my way. I'm just pausing to get round, let him go past before I go round my parked vehicle. Round we go. And then coming up to the end of the road where I notice it's now gone up to a 40. We're going to check main and left, indicate left to the end of the road where we turn round to the white line, double dotted line, and waiting for traffic.